Radhe Radhe, welcome to Radha Madhav Dham. As you all know, we have been having this amazingly, divinely lecture series from Shri Banchary Devi, Braj Banchary Devi ji for the last 6 days, and today is her last lecture in this series. She'll be speaking tomorrow also on Sunday Satsang. So Shri Banchary Didi ji is the senior most preacher of our worldwide organization Jagat Guru Kripalu Parishad, and she has been in association with our Supreme Guru Jagat Guru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj from her early childhood, and she learned all the spiritual knowledge from him directly, even when he was not speaking in public. Didi ji holds 2 master's degree in Sanskrit and music, and she became a sannyasi preacher in 1972, and since then she has been preaching in various countries and here also in United States. I have 2 requests to make. Number 1, rather 3. Those who can sit on the front or should sit on the front, and we want people to sit around Didi so we get a good shot, because this is being broadcast on YouTube live. And secondly, if your children would make noise, you think they cannot listen to her attentively, then we have the same speech broadcast in the lobby on a TV, and you can go there and watch her. And thirdly, we want everyone to listen to her discourse very attentively, and please switch off your cell phone or put them in the vibration mode. Now, as a token of our respect for Didi ji, I request Urmila Bali to offer a garland to her.
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन कृपालु गुरवे नमः। राधाकरावचितपल्लववल्लवी के राधा पदांक विलसन मधुरस्थली के राधा यशो मुखरमत्त खगा वली के राधा विहार विपिने रमतां मनो में। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमल पादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रणोति तस्मै तद्गुहादिवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Bhagavad Charan Chancharik Mahanubhav. Now we will chant for a while and after that we will start the subject of today. राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे राधे राधे
काबहु तो लखी
हूँ ओरी, लखी हाही हमारी हूँ ओरी, गावहूँ तो लखी हाही हमारी हूँ ओरी,
गावहूँ तो लखी हाही हमारी हूँ ओरी,
ओ हमारी हूँ ओरी,
हमारी हूँ ओरी,
हमारी हूँ ओरी,
हमारी हूँ ओरी।
राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो
रे, राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे गोविंद
बोलो रे, राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे, राधे
राधे गोविंद बोलो रे,
साधन हीन दीन मैं राधे,
साधनहीन दीन मैं राधे,
दीन मैं राधे,
दीन मैं राधे,
तुम करुणामयी, तुम करुणामयी, प्रेम अगाधे,
तुम करुणामयी, प्रेम अगाधे,
प्रेम अगाधे,
प्रेम अगाधे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे 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 बोलो रे, गोविंद बोलो रे, राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे बोलो रे,
गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे 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 गोविंद बोलो रे,
राधे राधे गोविंद बोलो रे।
श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय, श्रीमद् युगल सरकार की जय, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. So we are talking about how to practice devotion, and so far we have discussed that the sincere and regular practice of for accomplishment of something, some special kind of goal, is called sadhana, and we are doing here the sadhana to attain love bliss at the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna. So we discussed about that, to how can we speed up this sadhana, and for this it was important to know that this human life is very short, and this world is not mine. This is our greatest ignorance, that we never believe that this body is mine. Rather, we have a firm knowledge that I am the body. And because of this reason, we consider all the physical relatives as our own relatives, and this material world as our own world. We say this world is mine, while nothing in this world is mine, and there is no trace of happiness anywhere in the world. We actually want to attain happiness only. There is no other purpose of any of our actions. Although whatever action we perform since morning till night, they are contradictory to each other. But the aim of each and every action is only attainment of happiness. And it was explained that happiness and God are the synonymous word. So, if we really want to attain happiness, that is the only aim. This is natural aim of all the living beings, that we want to attain happiness. So, to attain this ultimate goal of life, we have to perform bhakti only, because when we will reach God, only then we can attain happiness. And to reach God, there is no other way except bhakti. So, what kind of bhakti should we perform to attain God? That was also discussed, and it was told very clearly that when we are treading on the path of bhakti, the first thing which we have to learn, that we should not have any desire, any other desire. Anya bhilashita shunyam. There must not be any other desire. Any other desire means what? There are altogether two more desires. The desire of bhukti means material happiness from this planet to the planet of Brahma. And the other desire is mukti, means liberation. Liberation from Maya. We think if we are liberated, then we will be happy. Because it is also obvious, we are seeing that because of Maya, our mind is contaminated and it is allured by the pompous show of this material world. We get attracted to the glittering world and we are going away from God. So many times we think if there was no Maya, then when we could easily worship God. We abuse Maya. Rather, Sri Maharaj says, Maya is also a dasi of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So dasi Raghuvir ki. That is also, Maya is also a dasi. So he is also helping us and he is helping God as well. He is doing seva of God by helping us. Because we are running towards the material world where there is no trace of happiness. So this Maya tortures us in many ways. Like when we get attached to our relatives, the physical relatives, then Maya shows that they will not give you happiness. We are deceived by them. Whoever we trust in this world, definitely one day we are deceived by them. And thus Maya teaches us that this is not your world. Why are you coming towards me? I am not the aim of your life. Go towards my Swami, Sri Krishna. There is happiness. Your ultimate goal will be attained over there. Because we think that Maya is an hindrance, that's why many people think if they are liberated from Maya, which is called mukti or moksha, then we will be happy. But we get rid of Maya, it means we get rid of the sufferings of the world forever. But still, we do not attain happiness. For the attainment of happiness, we have to worship God. There is no other way at all. It was explained in detail and also explained that when we are treading on the path of bhakti, we are worshipping Sri Krishna, that time there must not be any pressure of karma or gyan, etc. Bhakti swatantra sakala sukhukhani. Bhakti is totally free from any kind of bondage. Harika bhaje so harika hoy. You have to remember God by heart, that's all. This is bhakti. We have to love God. Bhakti means love. The essence of bhakti is love. So only we have to love God. And everybody knows how to love because we are doing the same in this material world. You have to love God exactly in the same way as you love your children, as you love your spouse, as you love your siblings and other friends, etc. In the same way. We have to love God. Everybody knows how to love them. So we have to redirect our love from the material world towards God. But it will happen only when we understand it, that there is no happiness in this world. So we have to get detached. Detachment is necessary from this material world, and that detachment will occur only when we will understand it by heart that there is no happiness in this world. This world is only an illusion. It gives an illusion of happiness, but there is no true happiness. And the third thing was explained that anukulyena krishnanushilanam, that we should worship Sri Krishna with establishing some relation with him. And we have to forget that he is God, because we are following the path of divine love bliss. Means we are the aspirants of divine love bliss. We have to attain love of God. Why do we have attain of love of God? Because we want to do seva of God. Why do we want to get seva of God? To please him. This is the ultimate goal of our life, that we have to please Sri Krishna. We have to please Sri Radha Krishna, and to please them we have to do seva. And to do seva, we have to see him. We need darshan of Shyam Sundar. That's why we are worshipping God. So if we will have this cognizance that he is God, if we are thinking, we know that Sri Krishna is God, then we cannot love him. That's why we have to forget it, that he is God. He is God. He is also God. But for us, he is not God. He is mine. I am his alone, and he is mine. We have to increase this sentiment in our heart. Only then we can go closer to God. So these three things were essential in bhakti. Sri Maharaj Ji says the same thing in one verse of Radha Govind Geet. Bhaktiman se ho nit Govind Radhe Bhav Nishkam Ananya Batade. He is also saying that four things are essential in bhakti. Bhakti manase ho, first thing. Nit, all the time, there must be continuity. Bhav nishkam, there should be nishkamta and ananyata. Bhakti manaseho means we have to remember God when we are doing bhakti. Then the main thing is our mind. We should perform this bhakti with the attachment of our mind. If we are performing bhakti with our senses, like you are doing puja, arti with your hands, you are offering flowers, akshat, etc., or you are singing bhajan. These are the physical things. You can take them also with your bhakti. But if we are confined only to our physical activities, like it generally happens in most of the temples in India and abroad, that people, they are trained to do some physical kind of puja. They that kind of puja. They have to learn that how should they do arti, how many times they have to take like this, how many times they will bring it at this time, and after that, what do they have, how should they show the towel and this and that thing. There are 16 methods of bhakti in all the temples. That is called Shurishopchar. We don't have to learn all that. It is not necessary. Bhakti, Bhagavan says that you don't have to do all that. If you are doing it, is worthless completely. Why? Because God says that I don't notice what you are doing with your physical body. No, I don't care for that. I care only for that thing which you are thinking in your mind. What is your sentiment at this time when you're doing bhakti? You are offering food to God, and what happens? You have seen in all the temples, they put the thali over there, draw the curtain, and then ring the bell, and they take the thali back. Now, if somebody is serving food to you like this, they bring food, they keep in front of you, and then after 2 minutes, they ring the bell and they take the food away, then you would say that I did not even see that what was there. I could not even taste. So this kind of bhakti is physical bhakti, and that bhakti is not called bhakti. If you are doing all that, you are going to the temple, you are going to march in all the sacred places, the Tirthasthan, you are doing everyday arti, etc., then I can say that yes, you are a religious person, you have some belief in our scriptures, but you are not a bhakta. Bhakti means love, and the connection of bhakti is totally with the mind. Why? Because the main doer in our being is mind alone. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. The reason of bondage is our mind. The reason of God realization is our mind. If our mind is going in a right direction, then it will attain the real goal of life. The same mind is going towards the wrong direction, then it will keep us under the control of Maya. We will have to undergo the bondage of Maya. That's why main thing is mind. We think that we are seeing with eyes, not by mind. We are walking with the legs, not by mind. But it is not true. Without attachment of mind, if your mind does not want to walk, if your mind does not want to see, you cannot see, you cannot walk. If mind is thinking about something else, if your mind is somewhere else, if somebody is telling you something, you can't hear that. You can experience only those things, your senses will be able to experience only those matters where the mind is also attached. Ramakrishna Paramahansa was going to attend Rath Yatra, but he was a saint, he was a philosopher, he was doing something, he was busy in thinking something, and he was a little late. When he thought, oh, I had to go in Rath Yatra, when he came in the market where the Rath Yatra had to go, so there was an artist and he was making a picture. Ramakrishna Paramahansa asked him, the procession, the Rath Yatra has gone, it has to go. He said, no, there was no Rath Yatra so far. Rath Yatra didn't pass from here. The other people were listening and they said, you are such a bad person, see, he is such a great saint, and why are you lying with him? Procession has gone just 15 minutes ago. He said, no. He was very firmly saying to Ramakrishna Paramahansa, I am telling you the truth, that procession did not pass from here. And all the people were saying, he is lying. The procession went from here, and there was so much music and the musical instrument, dhol, this, that. There was so much noise. How can he say that procession did not pass from here? Then Ramakrishna saw in his meditation that, is he really lying with me? When he meditated, then he experienced that he was so busy, his mind was so much engrossed in his painting that he did not realize. He did not hear any music, the noise of the instruments. Thousands of instruments were being played, but he could not listen anything. Why? Because his mind was not there. So, mana eva manushyanam, karanam bandha mokshayo. The main doer is mind alone. That's why we have to bhakti with mind. With the attachment of mind, we have to do bhakti. And the same thing is said by most of the saints, that whenever you are performing bhakti, you should remember God. But they give the different names. They call this process like meditation, smaran, sumiran, remembrance. There are many names. But none of them explained it that yes, we have to remember God, but how should we remember? They said, just remember God. But what is the science? How can we remember Him? Nobody said. Then people take it like this, when they are doing puja or they were singing any bhajan, like we were singing right now, Radhe Radhe, Govinda Bolo Re. So we were pronouncing the names of God. So they say, when we pronouncing the names of God, it means we are remembering. We are not pronouncing the name of any material being. We are sitting in the temple and we are pronouncing the names of God. They thought because we are pronouncing, it means we are remembering God for sure. If I am doing puja standing in the temple, where I am doing arti, the murtis are in front of me, it means I am remembering. But Sri Maharaj Ji explained it and he said, no. If you are simply singing any bhajan without attaching your mind, without remembering God, then your bhajan is no bhajan. So what do you mean? That we should remember. Sri Maharaj Ji says, see, it is very simple thing that whenever you call someone, when you remember someone for any cause, someone or something, whenever, then what happens? That thing or that person first come in your mind. Like, suppose you have 4 sons. You are very busy in doing something and you want to call one of your son. So you say somebody, call him immediately. Who? Oh, my son. Who? Ramesh? No, no, no. Dinesh? No, no, no. You call him. Who? Are you calling about Mahesh? Yes, yes, yes. It means he had the picture, the face of his son for sure, but he was unable to remember because he was very busy, his mind was very busy, so he was unable to remember the name, but the face was in his mind. That's why he was rejecting any other name. And when he said, are you calling Mahesh? Yes, 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 call him. Sometimes you say, bring that thing. I have heard many people say to some other member, from there bring that thing. From where? What thing? But they are in a habit of saying, bring that thing from there. What thing from where? But they have the picture of that thing. That's why they know where is that, and they also know that what is that. I'm talking about what. So, Sri Maharaj Ji says that this is natural thing that whenever you remember someone or something, first of all, the form, the face, either the face of the person or the form of the thing comes in your mind. It means when you are remembering God, then the face of your Lord, face of your deity, of your God must come in your mind. If you are not remembering the form of God, it means you are remembering about something else for sure. It is 100% sure if you are not remembering God, if you are not remembering the face, the form of your God, then you are remembering something or someone else for sure. Because mind is only one, plus nahi kaschit chadamapi jatu tishthatya karma krit. This mind is such a dynamic machinery that it cannot be inert even for a fraction of a second. It has to do something. And what does the mind do? Keep on remembering something. There's something in the mind for sure at every moment. So if God is not in your mind, then what is in your mind? There is something in your mind for sure. And whatever is not God is apart from God, something else. It means you are not remembering God. That's why, to clarify this notion, Sri Maharaj Ji gave the name to meditation or smaran or sumiran or remembrance, Roop Dhyan. To clarify that what do you have to do when you are doing bhakti, you are practicing devotion, then what do you have to do? Roop Dhyan. Roop means form. Dhyan means meditation. So what do you have to do? Meditate upon the form of God. If you are counting the beads, Ram, 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 you are having mala, but you are thinking about something else, then you are just giving some pain to your fingers, that's all. The result of your mala would be that fingers will be tired. You will not get anything else at all. Like Kabir Das ji said, Mala to kar mein phire, aur jeeh phire mukh maahi. The mala is moving with your fingers, and your tongue is moving inside the mouth. And the mind, which is the main thing, where is that? Manuwa to chahu deshi phire. Ye to sumiran nahi. This is not sumiran. This is not remembering God. If you are having the help of mala, then when you bring, if you are worshipping Sri Krishna, bring Sri Krishna first in your mind. Now he has come in your thought. Sri Krishna is here. Now you have a right to count one bead. And when you will remember Sri Krishna, your mind has gone to Sri Krishna, then who will count the beads? Because mind has gone in Sri Krishna, then you will be unable to count the beads also. If you are counting the beads and you are talking other people also, and sometimes, I saw that you are standing or waiting for something, somebody came and he gave a little jerk to you, then you say, Ram, 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 Ram. What is this? You are, anger has, overcome your mind as you are saying, Ram, 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 Ram. So this is, what is the point of this kind of bhakti? Shri Maharaj says that this is not bhakti. Maharaj does not agree with this kind of bhakti. He said you have to remember the form of God. That is Roop Dhyan. And we have the practice also in this world, as I gave an example, that you are busy and you want to call your son, then first of all, the form of your son comes in your mind. Exactly, we have to bring the form of Sri Krishna in our mind. Only then we are performing bhakti. But a question arises over here. The worldly people can ask the questions that we can easily remember our family members or friends, etc., because we have seen them. We see them every day. You see your children, your spouse, your siblings, every day. That's why whenever you have to remember them, it is easy. You can remember them. But we haven't seen God. Then how can we remember the form of God? Shivaji said, yes, that is right, that you haven't seen God. But according to Maharaj Ji, it is good, yet you didn't see God. Maharaj Ji says that generally people say that the saints come in this world and they say us again and again, remember God, we haven't seen. Why don't they give a glimpse of Sri Krishna once only? After that, see that how much, how good Roop Dhyan we do all the time. Then you have no complaint. We will do Roop Dhyan all the time. Shri Maharaj Ji says, suppose I have a power and I can bring Sri Krishna over here and I show you that he is Sri Krishna, then you will say, I do namaskar to you and your God both. Is he God? Because our eyes are material. We cannot perceive anything which is divine. So if God will stand here, we'll see him like somebody has, he's wearing the clothes of Sri Krishna, having murli in his hand, and he's befooling me. This saint is befooling us. Then all of them will go from the satsang forever. Because they cannot accept that he is God, because our heart is dirty. Our heart is material. So anything we see, we look like us. We see only materialism and those things. That's why so many saints came. Mahaprabhu Chaitanya came just 500 years ago. And he was plundering the divine love to all, without any discrimination. But how many people really listened to him? He could deliver only 4 people. Only 4 went. Sri Ram himself come on this earth, and he stayed here for 11,000 years. Ram ek tapas tiyatari. He delivered only 1 person in his avatar kal. Because we cannot see his divine form. That's why we cannot believe that he is God. When in the court of Kans, Sri Krishna came there, all kind of people were there. They looked towards Sri Krishna according to their own sentiments. Mallana mashanirniram naravarastriram smaro murtiman gopanam swajano satam kshitibhujam shasta swapistro shishu mrityurbhojapatir virar vidusham tattvam param yoginam vishninam paradeviteti vidito rangangatassagrayah. Bhagavad is saying that Mallanam, there were some wrestlers, the great wrestlers over there, when they saw Sri Krishna, and they laughed. Kans is sending to fight with these tender boys. They're small and very tender body. How come they are not even able to touch my body? Our body is so strong. We are great wrestlers. But when they shake their hands with Sri Krishna, then they thought, oh, his body, he looks like a small boy, but his body is made of Vajra, thunderbolt. His body is made like Vajra. It is so strong. We cannot win him. The other kings were there, and they thought, oh yeah, he's a very nice person. The gopis were also there. They saw. He said, he looks like we can sacrifice millions of cupids in his beautiful form. Some sakhas were also there, and they were thinking in his mind, what happened to Kanhaiya? He came to fight with these wrestlers. They will just slap once and he will go to Golok directly. He cannot win us. When we play with Sri Krishna, we have wrestling with Sri Krishna, he is always defeated by us. How can he win these great wrestlers? They are thinking like that. And some old ladies were there. They were thinking, he's such a tender, such a sweet boy. I feel like hugging him. He's a beautiful boy. So everybody was thinking about, according to their sentiments about Sri Krishna. In the same way, if God appears over here, then we cannot even believe in God. Rather, we will be completely atheist after seeing someone in the form of God. That's why Sri Maharaj says, better you haven't seen God. You just imagine that the God, because we also heard that the great Paramahans like Sanakadik, Janakadik, Shukdev Ji Maharaj, etc., they were great Gyanis. And they saw Sri Krishna's one glimpse, only once, and they were unconscious. They could not bear the beauty of Sri Krishna. and you are showing me this person and saying he is God, and nothing happened to us. Because our heart cannot receive that divine personality. We cannot see him. We don't know this secret. So, Sri Maharaj says that although we haven't seen Sri Krishna, but still it is easier to remember God. Why? Because if you have to remember some material being, so they have only one form, it does not change. So it is rather harder to remember the face of a person exactly as it is. It is very, very hard. Nobody can do that. Sri Maharaj said that it is my challenge. Even if you are trying to do Rup Dhyan of your son, who you see every day so many times, you cannot see him, you cannot Rup Dhyan, you cannot see the face of your child exactly as it is. Impossible for anyone. But it is easier to remember God. Why? Because every form is the form of God. Every form is the form. You can remember him in any form, and he will appear in the same form. And we can take the help of the murtis as well. The murtis, the images of God, are of 8 kinds. Lauhi, Darumai, Shaili, Lekhya, Lepya, cha Saikati, Manimai, Manomai, Pratimashta Vidha Smritaha. Our scriptures are saying, Lauhi, made of steel, Darumai, made of wood, Shaili, made of stone, Lekhya means drawn, like all these pictures you are seeing, made by drawing. Lepya, by just smearing something and made of the mud or something like that. Lepya. And Sakati, made of sand. Manomai, made of by your imagination only. And Manimai, made of the jewels. So there are 8 kinds of murtis. We see lots of murtis, photos of Lord Krishna. So you can select. You can make a base of any picture or any murti according to your liking. You can choose. But you have to have the divine feeling in that. Choose one picture and feel like, yes, this is the real form of God. You would say, but it is not a real form of God. I know that. That some artist made it. And the artist who make the murti, or the artist who make the photos of Sri Krishna, he is not a God-realized soul. They are just artists. If you order them that make a murti of Sri Krishna, like this picture, he will make the murti of Sri Krishna. Tomorrow you take the picture of your dog and say, you have to make the murti of my dog like this, he will make the murti of dog as well. Because he is just an artist. You give him to make anything, the murti of anyone, he will make it. This is his job. In the same way, an artist is making the pictures, he can also make the picture according to his own imagination, but he is not a God-realized soul. So when we will make a base of the pictures or the murtis which are made by the material beings, then how can we realize the divine God? God is divine. Plus, our mind is also material. So if we will remember God with this material mind, then how can we realize divine God? We have to seek divine God, the real God. He is divine. So we cannot even imagine the form of God. It is beyond our imagination. So we'll get if we are thinking about God with our material mind, so naturally we get the result which is also material. Shri Maharaj says, no, it does not happen. You will attain the result of God Himself, the divine result of God. How? We should reflect on this point little deeply, that there are 4 kind of conditions. Number 1, if you are worshipping God with the feeling of God, you are worshipping God and you know that, you have this belief in your mind that He is God, then you will realize God, you will attain the fruit of God. Number 2, if you are worshipping God with the feeling of an ordinary human being, even then you will get the result of God. Number 3, if you are worshipping a human being, an ordinary material human being, with the feeling that he is God, even then you will attain the result of God. Number 4, if you are worshipping a material thing with the material feeling, only then you will not attain the result of God. The first thing, that if you are worshipping God with the feeling of God, then you will attain the result of God, is clear. There is no doubt about that. Because who can worship God with the faith that He is God? Who has already realized God? Otherwise, God came in Treta as Ram, God came in Dwapar as Sri Krishna. All of us were there. All of us were there. We saw Sri Ram, we saw Sri Krishna, but we could not recognize them. Rather, we were criticizing. Who says Sri Ram is God? See, he is crying. His wife is stolen. Somebody has taken away his wife. If he was God, he knew. He could know that where is my wife? And he could immediately bring. And secondly, if he was God, then she should be almighty, omnipresent. Now why is he crying? He is worse than us. Because if we also lose our wife, we will not cry like this on the street. We will not ask the trees and the mountains that, have you seen my wife Sita? We were criticizing Sri Ram like this. Now we are singing Hare Ram, Hare Ram. When Lord Krishna came and the saints said that He is God, then people were laughing on the saints also. That they are also not real saints. See, he is just a loafer, he is lafanga. No, all the time he is going behind the ladies and he is saying that he is a saint, he is God. Impossible. He is a thief. Now, we were criticizing Sri Krishna also like that time, because we could not recognize. So, only if Mahapurush who has realized God can recognize God when they descend. Because it is possible only in their avatar kal, when they are descended on this earth, that you are seeing God and you know that He is God and you worship God as God. It is possible only in His avatar kal. And second thing, that if you worship God with the feeling of a human being, He is God, but you think that He is an ordinary human being. There were many gopis. They didn't know that He is God, but they were totally attracted on the beauty of Sri Krishna, and they loved Sri Krishna wholeheartedly. They sacrificed everything on Sri Krishna, and they also attained Maharaj. Not only they went to Golok, they attained Maharaj as well. Tameva paramatmanam jara buddhyapi sangataha juhur gunamayam deham sadhya prakshina bandhanaha. Tameva paramatmanam jara buddhya, thinking that he is an ordinary human being, with the feeling of paramour, they loved Sri Krishna. But they also attained God realization. So, if you are worshipping God as an human being, even then you will attain the fruit of God. Why? It is heard that Bhagavan gives the fruit of your bhavana. And it is also heard that you attain the fruit of the thing. If the thing is correct, then you will attain the correct result. Because Sri Krishna was really God, and they worshipped Sri Krishna. Their mind became one with God. This is the only condition of God. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Mamekam. You surrender your mind unto me alone. Ananyashintayanto mam ye jana pariupaste tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. He says that all what you have to do, your mind must be surrendered to me alone. You remember me alone. Mai eva manadasva, mai buddhim niveshaya. Lord Krishna is saying, think about me. You have to connect your intellect, you have to connect your mind with me alone. It should not go anywhere even for a fraction of a second. That's what they did. If you are doing the same, although you don't know that He is God, but still you are loving God because He is God, you will attain the result of God. Like, if you don't know that this is Amrit, this is nectar, if I will drink it, I will become immortal. You didn't know, but you drank it. So you will attain the result of Amrit only. Likewise, if there is a poison, you thought it is just regular water, and you drank it. You thought that it is water. It was in your mind that it is water. You didn't know that there is poison in this water, and you drank it. Then naturally you will die. The same way, because Sri Krishna is Bhagavan, He is God. And if anybody has attached his mind completely to Sri Krishna, they also attain the fruit of God. This will also happen only in His avatar time, when He descends on this earth. Only then it is also possible that somebody is loving God without knowing that He is God. And number 3 is, if you love a material being, there is no connection with God. You are loving a material being, but you have a firm belief that He is God. Even then, you will attain the result of God. You would say that I just clarified before that if the thing is correct, then you will get the result of that thing. Sri Krishna was God. That's why the gopis attained the result of God from Sri Krishna, although they didn't know that He is God. So here, the object is not correct. He is a material being. So if somebody is attaching his mind with that person who is completely material, then how can they attain the result of God? Sri Maharaj Ji gives the answer to this question, and he says, yes, the material being is material, is not a correct object to be worshipped, but God is omnipresent and omniscient. When you are worshipping an ordinary material being, you are loving an ordinary material being with the firm belief that He is God, then God who is sitting in your heart will give you the fruit of your bhavana. Your bhavana is correct. Inside your mind, you are worshipping only Sri Krishna. Although, because you are an ignorant being, you haven't seen God before, that's why you don't know, no, he is just a material being. But you have a feeling, you have a firm belief that he is God, then you will get the result of God. You may ask a question, suppose, like I was giving an example before, suppose somebody put a glass of poison in front of you and you drank it. All of a sudden you didn't know that this is poison. Then would you be free from the effect of the poison? Suppose somebody wants to kill you and he brought a glass of poison and he said, drink it. This is Charanamrit of Maharajji. This is Charanamrit of Lord Krishna. Drink it. And you thought it is Charanamrit of Sri Krishna. And you drank it. Would you be saved or you will die? If somebody says that this is not fire, see the flames, the beautiful flames of fire, and it's not fire. This is the beautiful pitambar which is fluttering over here. And jump it. Embrace this pitambar of Sri Krishna and you jump in the fire. So would you be saved or you will die? If you are drinking poison on the name of Charanamrit, would you not die? Sri Maharajji says, the Bhakti says, no, you will not die. Because you have a belief in your mind that this is Charanamrit. When you are drinking, you are thinking about Sri Krishna. You are thinking about the beautiful charan of Sri Krishna. And you are, by your mind, you are drinking Charanamrit. So it will not affect. In the same way, Prahlad also gave this example. If you are sitting in the fire and you are remembering Sri Krishna, the flames of fire are the fluttering pitambar of Sri Krishna. You are seeing pitambar of Sri Krishna, then you will get the result of pitambar only. You will not get the result of fire. Mirabai drank the poison. Nothing happened to her. Because she was said that it is the Charanamrit of Sri Krishna, and she drank that water with the feeling of Charanamrit. There was a boy, he also heard this kind of lecture somewhere, and Panditji said that if you jump on a naked sword saying Jai Shri Ram, then Shri Ram will save you on the way, you cannot die. Next day, a 14-year-old boy, he thought I should have the experiment of that. So he sat down on a high branch of a tree and he posted a sword down on the earth, on the floor, and he was sitting on the branch, he was looking towards the sword again and again. He was looking, then again he was sitting, then he was looking again, and then he was sitting. Tulsidas was going from there, and he asked him, what are you doing? I'm seeing you for 15 minutes, that you look towards the sword again and then again you sit down. What are you doing? What do you want to do? Why have you posted this sword over here? Then he said, because yesterday I heard a lecture that if you jump on the sword, saying, just pronouncing the name of Sri Ram, then Sri Ram will save you. So I want to experience it. I'm doing the experiment that Sri Ram come or not. Then Tulsidaji said, come down, I will tell you. He came down from the tree and he said, see, go again to the same saint and ask him to do this kind of experiment. Which percentage of your trust is needed? You should have the 100% belief that yes, Sri Ram would save me. Then you will not think like that, would he save or not? If I jump and he did not save, then I will die. Should I jump or not? If you are thinking again and again, it means you have doubt. You do not have 100% faith. Mirabai was saved because she had 100% Vishwas. She had faith, trust that yes, it is the Charanamrit of Sri Krishna. She drank it and she attained the result of Charanamrit. I mentioned this example of the boy so that any one of you would not experiment tomorrow. If something happened in your family, then your family members will come to me, Didi, what kind of lecture you gave? My wife, she drank poison and her Radhe Radhe was done yesterday. So that's why I'm telling you that don't do any experiment at home, listening after this lecture, that because it needs 100% trust. If you have 100% trust, then if you are loving a material being as well as Sri Krishna, with the bhavana of Sri Krishna, with the bhavana of God, then you will attain the result of God only. So, in these three conditions, we will attain Sri Krishna, we will attain God realization. Only the fourth condition, if you are loving a material being with the material feeling, then you will not attain the result of God. Here, the question arises that God gives the fruit of bhavana. So, and it is also said that God gives the fruit of the material. So, why, if I eat a laddu of cow dung with the bhavana of rasgulla, then what result would I get? The result of rasgulla or the result of cow dung? No, you will get the result of cow dung only. Why? I have a bhavana of rasgulla, then why would I not attain the result of rasgulla? Because rasgulla is material and cow dung is also material. That's why you will not attain the result of God. But if you are looking towards the cow dung laddu and you are thinking, this is the prasad of Sri Krishna, this is given by Sri Krishna, it is the best thing for me, it is prasad. If you have 100% feeling that this is the prasad of Sri Krishna, then you will get the result of prasad Sri Krishna. Why? Because Sri Krishna is omniscient. He knows about your feeling, and he is omnipresent also. He is present in each and every particle of the cow dung as well, and he is present in the heart of yourself as well. So when you are having this bhavana, when you are having this kind of belief in your heart that this is the prasad of my Sri Krishna, he is sitting over here and he is noticing, and you will get the result. So I mean to say that don't doubt that the murtis and the pictures, etc., they are made by the ordinary beings who are not the God-realized souls. And the pictures and murtis, they are also made of material matters. Then if we worship on the basis of a photo, if we are doing Rup Dhyan, on the basis of a photo, we are doing Rup Dhyan with the help of a picture, photo, then how would we get the result of God? Because when you are remembering God with the help of murti, then God is also saturated in each and every particle of that murti as well. And he is in your heart too. That's why whatever you are thinking, he knows, he is noticing. And in the murti also, he is pervading that murti, each and every particle of murti as well. That's why you will get the result of God's grace. And when we remember God by heart, if you are not remembering God by heart, then God is not responsible. But if you are remembering God by heart, then He gradually bestows His grace. He and our Guru, both are watching us. They are seeing that this poor guy is trying his best to remember me. He is not aware of my real divine form because his mind is material. Even if God Himself comes to show the divine form to that devotee who is still material being, he cannot see that. That's why all merciful, causeless merciful God and causeless merciful Guru, they all are sympathetic to us and they are watching and they will bestow their grace upon that kind of devotee. Then what happens? The Yog Maya power of God gradually, according to our sadhana, enters the heart of the devotee. Gradually, it starts entering. And according to the percentage of our devotion, it turns the material heart into divine heart. So then you get more rapture, more interest in pronouncing God. That's why those who do sadhana, that's why Sri Maharaj emphasizes on sadhana. So if you are doing lots of sadhana and you are trying to do Roop Dhyan of Sri Krishna, God is watching it, Guru is watching it, they will bestow their grace upon us, and thus, because of their grace, the Yog Maya power will enter and it will turn our heart into divine heart. And when the day, the moment will come that our heart has become completely 100% pure, has become 100% divine, at the same time, Guru gives Prem Dan. He infuses the divine love into our heart. And as soon as the heart becomes pure and it attains divine loveliness, divine power, then we can see God also, apparently, obviously, as we are seeing each other. Maya will go right away from there. So the Roop Dhyan, we should understand this Roop Dhyan theory, and we must do Roop Dhyan with the help of any photo or any murti, etc. That when we are doing Roop Dhyan, only then we can say that we are remembering God. So, Bhakti man se ho. Maharaj is saying, Bhakti man se ho and nit. There must be continuity. There is a phrase in Hindi, Tail dharavad avchinna. It means, Tail means oil, dhara means stream. There should be a continuity. When you are pouring oil from one vessel to another, then you have to make a stream. And it should be continuous. If your hand is shaking a little bit, the stream will not be straight. And then oil can spill here and there. So it should be continuous. And your full focus should be there. Only then you can pour oil from one vessel to another vessel. In the same way, when we are worshipping God, to realize God, to see God, we have to make this practice also, that we should remember God all the time. We cannot do Roop Dhyan, we cannot do sadhana 24 hours, but we can remember God all the time. And when we do that practice, remembering God all the time, that sadhana is called the sadhana of Karma Yoga. When we do sadhana, when we do practice of Roop Dhyan, sitting in a lonely place, singing sab bhajan and trying to do Rup Dhyan, that sadhana is called the sadhana of karma sannyas. And when rest of the time, when we are engaged with the household chores or the other material chores, that time we are remembering God. That is called sadhana of karma yoga. I will do the detail of both kind of sadhanas later on. But here we should understand that continuity is must, because when we will practice like that all the time we are remembering God, then there is no chance of any danger. Otherwise, this mind is material and this world is material. So any time when you will give any lift to this mind, if you will leave it even for 1 minute, then it will immediately go in this material world. And again, Maya will capture this mind. It will overcome our mind. And then again, when we will do for sadhana, it will be a little more difficult for us. That's why we should maintain this habit of remembering God all the time. Whatever you want to do, you do. And doing everything also, we can remember God. So, Bhakti manase ho nit govinda radhe bhav nishkam. There must not be any desire. I have explained it in detail day before yesterday, that there must not be any desire in our heart. That is most dangerous point. So we should know that we should not desire for anything. We should not desire the gratification up to the lok of Brahma, because up to all the planets up to the lok of Brahma are material planets, and they are not the place of unalloyed happiness. That's why we have to abandon that kind of, all those desires as well. And the fourth thing which Maharaj is saying, bhava nishka ananya banade. We have to be ananya. Ananya means na anyaha iti ananyaha. This is the Sanskrit word. Na anyaha. When no one else is there in your mind except Sri Krishna, then it is ananyata. We must not think, we must not love, we must not have anyone else in our heart except Sri Krishna, because he says that if my family is there, means his Naam, Roop, Leela, Gun, Dham, his name, his forms, his pastimes, his attributes, his abode, and his jan, his devotees. Apart from all these 6 things, if anybody else comes in the home of your heart, then I will disappear from here. Nobody else must come in your heart except my parivar, my name, my form, my lila, my attributes, etc. So we have to love Sri Krishna only. And when we don't understand this rule of bhakti, then we get attached, and many people think then yani kani cha mitrani kartavyani shatani cha. We should have many friends. Who knows at what time which friend will come to help me? If you have only one friend and he is not helping for some reason, then where would you go? So you should have many friends. So we worship, generally people say, we worship all the gods and goddesses. Why? Because for me, my idea is so high that I see all the goddesses equally. That is true. If you really know that there is no difference between the other avatars of God and Sri Krishna, all of them one and the same, then why are you having so many gods and goddesses here? When you have a firm belief already that all of them are one and the same, then keep only one murti over here. But in fact, they don't know it. They have no belief that all of them are one and the same. That's why every Monday they will go to worship Bhagwan Shankar. Every Tuesday they will go to worship Bhagwan Hanumanji. Then Budhwar they will go in the temple of Sri Krishna. And then on Thursday, every day their Ishtadev are changing. Why? Because we should please everyone. Shankarji is very innocent. Oh, he is very simple-hearted. If I will ask for something, he will immediately be pleased and he will fulfill my desire. On Tuesday, if I go to Hanumanji, Hanumanji will definitely help me. We think like that. There were two students, when their education of that year was finished and they were going back to their home. So there used to be a river, a small river was there on the way, but that time that was flooded. Then when they had to go to home, there was no boat, etc. Then they were thinking that how should we go across the river? Then let us try. We will swim. The both of them, they started swimming and wanted to go across the river. But when they were swimming, they saw that they are drowning. Now, both of them were going to drown. So they started remembering God. So there was a Hindu boy and a Muslim boy. The Hindu was, oh God, oh Shri Krishna, oh Ram, oh Bhagwan Shankar, please come and save me. Oh Hanumanji, please come and save me. Oh Shankarji, you are so simple, please come and save me. He was calling all the gods and goddesses. Oh Ma Durga, please come and save me. And the other boy, Mohammedan, Ya Khuda, he was all the time saying, Ya Khuda, please save me, Ya Khuda, please save me. He was saying like that. Eventually, the Hindu boy was drowned and the Muslim was not drowned. Then, it was asked, the Hindu boy asked God, I was remembering you all the time. I was drowned and my friend was not remembering you that much. He was only saying Khuda, Khuda, Khuda. So he was not drowned. Why? He said, because you called me first. You called, hey Ram, please save me. So I thought I should come and save you. But next moment when I was ready to come, you said, oh Krishna, please save me. Then I thought Shri Krishna is going, so why should I go? So I sat down there. And when Shri Krishna started, he thought, oh, he is calling me out wholeheartedly, so I should go there. When Shri Krishna was ready to go, he said, oh Ma Durga, you are my mother, please save me. Then Lord Krishna said, oh, now Ma Durga is going, why should I go? So he sat down. Then Ma Durga was coming, then he said, oh Hanumanji, please save me, please save me. Then Hanumanji was, and in that way we were just making preparation to go to you and you were drowned. What could we do? So it is a joke, but we should understand that eka hi sadhe sab sadhe, sab sadhe sab jaye. Ek bharoso, ek bal, ek aas vishwas. We should have trust only on one Guru, one path, one God, one method of bhakti. If you are treading on the same path, your speed may be slow, but if you are going on the same road, then you will reach your destination for sure one day. But if you are changing every time the path, somebody said, you go from this road, it is easier and it is very fast. You went few miles and then you said, oh, it seems it is very long. So let us try that direction. Now you're going there. Then you change your direction. I should go from this way. Then you can never reach your destination. We have to trust only one form of God. Trusting one form of God wholeheartedly is called ananyata. Although all the gods and goddesses, they are Ansha avatar. Bhagwan Shankar, Hanumanji, they all are Ansha avatar of God. Means they emanated from the personality of Sri Krishna. They are not the avatar of any other power of Sri Krishna. They directly came from Sri Krishna. That's why they are the governors of Yog Maya power as well, and they have all those powers which Sri Krishna possesses. See, a God-realized soul also attains all the powers of Sri Krishna, including Yog Maya power too. But a Jeev, an ordinary being who realizes God, attains the Yogmaya power as well. But he is not the governor of Yogmaya power. He attains, but he is not the governor. Sri Krishna has given that power to them, and he can snatch that power anytime from them. But the gods like Bhagavan Shankar, Ram, Krishna, Durgaji is also Anshavatar of Sri Radharani. They also have all the powers of God. But we have to worship, we have to realize God, we have to attain the ultimate goal of life. That's why instead of showing that I have so many murtis, I have the murti of Ram also, Sri Krishna also, Hanumanji, Durgaji, this and that, then it is only show off. And how would you worship them? You have to remember God. Plus, you have to establish some relation with them. So if there are so many gods and goddesses, then how would you establish any relationship with them? That's why we have to worship one only. We have to choose one. If you are worship one, then all other gods and goddesses will be pleased by you anyway, because all of them are one and the same. You are worshipping, from your side, you are worshipping Sri Krishna. But all of the forms of God, they will also be happy. Yena archito haristena tarpitani jagantyapi rajyante jantavastatra sthavara jangama api. Padma Puran. Yena archito haristen. Whoever has worshipped Sri Krishna, if you have attained the grace of Sri Krishna, all other forms of God will automatically be pleased. Like if you are giving water to the root of the tree, that's enough. The whole tree will be green. But if you are trying to give water to each and every leaf separately, so you are doing so much labor, even then the tree will be dried. It will die. So we have to give water to the root only. So this is Ananyata, that we have to worship only one form of God. If you are trying to dig well, you started digging well at one place, you didn't get the water, then you started digging well from at other place. In that way you can dig thousands of wells, but you won't get water. But when you are digging it only at one place, then one day, maybe it is too deep, but you can attain water. So we have to worship only one form of God. But there is a rule for Ananyata. What? Kham vayum agnim salilam mahincha jyotinshi satyani disho drumadin sarit samudranscha hare shariram yatkincha bhutam praname dananyah. We should worship only one form of God, but whatever you see, even kham means the sky, kham, vayu, the air, agnim, the fire, salilam, water, mahim, the earth, sarit, the rivers, samudra, the oceans, the mountains, or anyone else. Whoever, whatever you see, if you are ananya, praname dananya, then you will bow down to them. Why? Ananya means you are not, your mind is not going anywhere at all. You are not even thinking about anything else. That's why wherever you go, whatever you see only Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna everywhere. This is the real definition of Ananyata. There was a Brajavasi. He was uneducated. Once a saint took a big group of people to Braj for parikrama of Braj. They had to do parikrama of the entire Braj. So when they go like this, when big groups go like this, they have all kind of good arrangement of food and medicines and all other facilities are given to all of them. So one Brajvasi thought it's a very big group and seems like very rich people are going in this group. So there will be good arrangement of kheer, puri and everything. Brajvasis like the kheer and puri very much. They thought that I will get good food every day, so I should also merge into in this group. So I will have the parikrama of Braj also free in free fund and food and everything too. But the managers, some notice that this person looks different from our guru, our group. The other people of our group are their way of wearing clothes and the way of talking, etc. is very different. This person looks different. Then they went to Mahatma Ji and said, there is one person, I think he does not belong to our group. He just merged into our group to have the benefit, all the benefits of our parikrama group. Mahatma Ji said, call him. When that person came over there, he was completely uneducated, Brajvasi. So when he came over there, then Mahatma Ji asked him, who are you? Then he said, he had no answer. So he said, you tell me first, who are you? Mahatma Ji said, he's a very weird kind of person. He's asking me that, who are you? He said, I am Ananya. He gave the answer in scriptural language. He said, I am Ananya. That Brajvasi did not know the meaning of Ananya because he was uneducated. Then he said, Mahatma Ji said, now you tell me, who are you? I am Phananya. He said, what is the meaning of Ananya? He said, what is the meaning of Phananya? I never heard this word, Phananya. You are saying you are Phananya. He said, I also did not hear the word Ananya. You tell me what is the meaning of Ananya. Then I will let you know that what is the meaning of Phananya. He thought, I will also make the meaning accordingly. Then he said that Ananya means the one who does not worship any other Devi Devta like Indra, Varun, Kuber, Hanumanji or Shankarji. He worships no one except Sri Krishna, who worships only Sri Radha Krishna. No, there is no worship of any other Devatas. He took the names of many Devatas and he said, we don't worship any one of them. And such kind of devotee is called Ananya. Now you tell me, what is the meaning of Phananya? He said, the one who does not even know the name of these Devatas is Phananya. At least you have a list of so many Devatas, but I don't even know the name because Brajvasis never hear the name of any Devi Devta. All the time they know about Radharani and Kanua, they know about Sri Krishna only, they have no other name in their mind. And he who does not know even the names of so many Devi Devtas is Phananya. Then he realized, he thought, yes, he is true Ananya person. Because when I am pronouncing the names of so many Devi Devtas, it means I am remembering them. Without remembering those Devi Devtas, how can I pronounce the name of them? So I am not Ananya at all. He is real Ananya because he does not even know the names of any Devi Devta. So this is Ananyata. We have to be Ananya, but we should respect, we should know this fact as well, that all of them are the divine personality. If we are going somewhere and on the way a temple of Sri Ram comes, the temple of Shankarji comes, and we do not bow down to them. Why? Because I am the Ananya devotee of Sri Krishna. So why should I bow down to the temple of Bhagavan Shankar? Why should I bow down to the temple of Durgaji? If we think like that, then we are offending our own Ishtadev. Because he is sitting in them as well. There is no difference between Shankarji and Sri Krishna, Ram and Krishna, Radhaji and Durgaji. So if we are offending any other form of God, indirectly we are offending our own Ishtadev. We should keep this in our mind and never, we should not insult any other form of God. Whoever you see, if you see the temple of Shankarji or any other god and goddesses, we should always bow down to them, remembering our Sri Krishna. Bow down to everyone, but remember Sri Krishna only, all the time, in all the forms. See the form of Sri Krishna only. That is Ananyata. There are many deep things about Ananyata which are depicted in Narad Bhakti Sutra as well. I wanted to explain that as well, but the time is too over. That's why. Sorry? Eh? Yeah, probably then I will not be able to speak tomorrow. So, okay, in short, I'm going to explain what Naradji says about Ananyata. He says, the main symptom of bhakti is tasmai ananyata tad virodhishu dasinata cha. A devotee should have the feeling of ananyata, and they should not insult or underestim the other forms of God. And then he explained more vividly that what do I mean when I say ananyata? What is the meaning of ananyata? Then he explained, anyashrayanam tyago ananyata. If you are not depending on anyone else except Sri Krishna for anything, if you are trusting Sri Krishna alone for everything, you have no demand from anyone else at all, only then you are Ananya. The grandson of Prahlad, his name was Upmanyu. He was the devotee of Bhagwan Shankar, and he was doing sadhana, austerity, to realize Bhagwan Shankar. When his sadhana was almost complete, Bhagwan Shankar came to take his test, the final test. And when he came, he assumed the form of Indra. He came on Aravat elephant with thunderbolt, etc. When he came to Upmanyu and he said, I am Indra. So Upmanyu stood up and he paid due respect to him as Indra. And after that, Bhagwan Shankar asked him that, Upmanyu, what are you doing here? He said, I am worshipping. You are worshipping who? I am worshipping Bhagwan Shankar, he is my Lord. He said that he cannot give you anything. He himself is a beggar. He does not have even a proper dress to wear. He wears a skin of the lion. He has no place to live. He is living at the Himalaya. He does not have even a home. So why are you worshipping Bhagwan Shankar? Forget about him. And I will give you everything. See, I am the king of heaven. Whatever you want, I can give you everything over there. Then he answered, Api kit patango va bhaveyam shankaragyaya natvindram tvaya datta trailokyam apakamaye. Hey Indra, even if you give me the kingdom of all the three universes, I will reject it. I won't accept. But if Bhagwan Shankar will turn me even into an insect or an animal, he send me in hell, then I will go gladly. He will give me anything, I will gladly accept it. But you give me anything, I will completely reject it. Because he is my Lord, and I know that he can give me everything. Then why should I go to someone else? You are the king of heaven, you are a devta, you are a power of my Shankar Bhagwan. That's why I paid respect to you. But don't think that I will ask for anything to you. Then Bhagwan Shankar appeared in front of him and he gave darshan to him. So whatever, like Tulsidas ji also said, that bane to Raghuvar se bane, bigre to bharpur. If I will love Sri Ram only. If I have to fight with someone, I will fight with Sri Ram also. I will not go to fight with someone else. Many people say, see the gopis, they worshipped, they loved Sri Krishna, but they worshipped Katyayani Devi. But I think you know that when they were worshipping Katyayani Devi, then why? When their worship was finished, then they were asking for only one boon. What was they asking? That Nanda Gop Sutam Devi Kurme Pati Te Namaha. I want you to give me Sri Krishna as my husband, as my beloved. That's why we are worshipping you. Nanda Gopasutam Devi Pati Me Kurute Namaha. And when their puja, where worship were completed, even then, Katyayani Devi did not appear over there to give the boon. When somebody worships any Devi Devta, then on the completion of his worship, the Devi Devta appear to give boon. If Devi Devta would not appear, then who would give the boon? How would you know that your desire is fulfilled? So when their sadhana was completed, then Sri Krishna appeared over there. Katyayani Devi did not appear. Sri Krishna appeared there and he said, Sankalpo vidhita sadhyo bhavati nam madarchanam. I know it very well. That madarchanam, you are not worshipping Katyayani Devi. You are worshipping from each and every particle of your being, me alone. And I know your sankalp. I know what did you want, what was in your mind. I know that. And I fulfill your desire. You will attain whatever you wanted. He gave the boon also, that your desire will be fulfilled. Shri Krishna gave that boon, not the Katyayani Devi. So we should know that we should perform bhakti towards only one form of God, that is called Ananyata, and we must not depend on anyone else. And otherwise, our Ananyata will be broken. Anya Shranayam Tyago Ananyata. So what kind of ashray, what kind of support we take mostly? Mostly either we have the pride of someone, like if your uncle, your father, your brother is on a very high post, suppose he is the president of the country, or he is a high-class minister in this country, and he is your brother, or he is your uncle, or he is your father, then we say that, oh, I don't fear anyone. Oh, I can do anything. My father is the president of this country. I can. So you have so much ego of that you don't respect anyone, you reject even God, and you think, now I am something and I can do anything. When this kind of pride comes in the mind, then we cannot worship God, and we should not depend on them, because the one who is the president, the prime minister, or a very famous minister or famous person of this country, tomorrow you don't know who will he be. Maybe nobody will ask, nobody will go to say Radhe Radhe to him. That day will also come one day. Nobody will ask about them. When people who become president or prime minister of some country, when they get retired, when somebody else has taken that seat, nobody goes to them to bow down to them. Nobody asks them. So we should not have this kind of pride, because that thing is also very temporary. Today you are having this ego. What will you do tomorrow when he will be nowhere? So sometimes we have pride of some relative. If they are on a high post or they are very, very opulent, they are the king of that country, we should not have this kind of pride as well. We should not take the support of any human being. Number two, sometimes we have an ego for ourselves. If I'm on the high post or I'm millionaire or billionaire, then we think that I don't care. We think that we are the second God now. I can do anything. It is seen that most of the murder cases are inspired by the opulent people, because they don't care. They know that I will bribe, the high authorities, and no case will be applied on me. So we should not trust that support as well, because that is also temporary. Today you have money, you are very opulent, you have millions of dollars. In 1 minute, everything can go from you. And it happens. There are many, many examples in this world that they become like a beggar in a day. Sometimes we have our own support. We think that I am so strong, I am so great, my position is so high that nobody can do anything wrong with me. I can do whatever I want to. If you are having your own support, even then, you cannot attain the grace of God. It is impossible. Why? You know that the case of Draupadi. Draupadi, when Dushasana was pulling her sari, at that time, Draupadi she had full faith that all my 5 husbands, they have so much power and they have a spiritual power as well. They will definitely save me. Dushasana cannot do anything. He cannot insult me like this. But they all were looking downwards. Nobody helped. Then she looked towards the gurus, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Bhishma Pitama. They will definitely help me. And Dushasana cannot do anything wrong with me. But they were also quiet. They didn't do anything. They didn't say anything. Then she thought, oh my God, it is true. All the saints say this world is so selfish. No one will help you when you are having a hard time. Now I believe that. Then she called Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna was having lunch at that time. Rukmaniji was doing, she was fanning Sri Krishna. And Thakurji, all of a sudden, he stopped eating. His morsel was in the hand and one was in the mouth. He was not chewing and he was not putting this bite in his mouth. He was stunned. Then Rukmaniji asked, what happened? Why not eating? He said, one of my great devotee is in trouble. Then she said, if she's in trouble, this is your duty. Go and save her. Why are you doing this drama? Lord Krishna said, no, because there is a condition that ananyas chintayanto mam yajanah paripasate mam ekam sharanam braja. She has to trust me alone. But at this time I am seeing she is trying to save herself, keeping the part of her sari with her teeth. So she has trust on her strength as well. She thinks by putting in between the teeth, I can save myself. So let her do. Why should I go? Let her use her own power. But when in one jerk he pulled the sari of Draupadi, then she realized that now I cannot save myself. Then she gave up and raising her hands like this, and she said, Ha Nath Dwarika Vasin, when she remembered wholeheartedly Sri Krishna. Then Sri Krishna immediately came in the form of Ambara avatar, in the form of sari, in the form of a ambar, means cloth. He took the Ambara avatar. Later on, Rukmani asked Sri Krishna that, didn't you see that they were going to insult me, pulling my sari, and you came after such a long time when I gave up and I called you out saying that Anath Dwarika Vasin, still you didn't come. You took some time to come. Why? And Thakurji said, he was just joking, and he said that I was there already. I was sitting in your heart as well. Dushyasan could not do anything for you. But instead of calling me, you said, Ha Nath Dwarika Vasin. Then I went to Dwarika first. Then I came from there. It took longer. That's why there was some delay in coming over there. So, sometimes we are defeated by our mind if we trust on ourselves. We have to have the full trust, 100% trust on Sri Krishna only. And there is one more thing on which we depend. That is, sometimes we depend on Devi Devatas. People worship. If some problem comes, then somebody says, now you should worship Kuber, you should worship Indra, you should worship Lakshmi, you should worship Surya Devata for this, you should worship Ganeshji for this. And they worship everyone. Wherever they hear, even some people go to some, tantric people, they invoke some, the ghost and all these things, they go to them also. Because they have no full trust on Sri Krishna. That's why they keep on going here and there, this Mahatma, this Devi, this Devta, they keep going everywhere to get success, to remove the problem. But all of those things, Devi Devtas are also, their life is also temporary, and their power is also limited. Indra has only majesty. If you need something, some property, if you please him, what can he give you? Only whatever he has. He cannot give more than that. So he can give you some majesty, he can give you something, but he cannot give you peace, he cannot give you happiness. If you are worshipping Kuber, he will give you lots of gold, lots of wealth. That's all. He cannot give you happiness too, because he does not have happiness. He is also a material being. If you are worshipping sun, Surya Devata, he can give you heat. He can give you life, that's all. What more he can give? So, if you are worshipping Devata, then maximum result which you will get the result of them all. You can get their power only. And there are 33,000 Devi Devatas. How can we worship all of them? And even if it becomes possible to worship all the Devi Devatas, even then we will not attain happiness. We want happiness. They do not have that happiness which we need to attain. So there is no use of worshipping Devi Devatas as well. If we will worship Devi Devatas, then we will get their result only. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna says that ye pyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitah tam tameva kaunteya. He is saying that if somebody is worshipping other Devi Devatas, even then he is the only one. The Devi Devatas cannot give any fruit to you. You worship Devi Devatas like if you worship any human being, then he cannot give any fruit to you. It is not in the hand of the human being. In the same way, if you have some desire and you are worshipping any Devi Devta, then he also cannot give you any fruit. Then who gives the fruit? Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna says, I am the one who gives the fruit according to the Devi or Devta. If you are worshipping Surya, so whatever Surya has, whatever power is there in Surya, Lord Krishna gives that power to you. If you are worshipping Indra, so from Indra himself cannot do that. That Sri Krishna gives the fruit of Indra to the devotee. That's why instead of going to too many places, when Lord Krishna is saying with challenge that whatever you want, yat karmabhir yat tapasa jnana vairagya taschayat yogena dana dharmena shreyo bhiritarairapi sarvam madbhakti yogena madbhakto labhate jasa swarga pavargam cha madhama kathanchid yadi vanchati. He counted so many things that anything you want which could be attained by karma, means by pleasing the devatas, or jnana, or yoga, or any other austerity, etc. Sarvam madbhakti yogena, everything you can attain, only devotion towards me, and I will give everything to you, yadi vanchati. He added this word, that I give to my devotees everything whatever they want, if they want. Yadi vanchati, because he knows the devotees do not want anything. They have no desire. That's why they have become the real devotee. So devotees does not want for anything because they get so much bliss only by Sri Krishna. Only by thinking that Sri Krishna is mine, he is my beloved, or he is my master, or he is my friend, he is my son. Only this idea gives so much bliss to the devotee that he cannot desire for anything. That's why he says, yadi vanchati. If he still desire, if any desire comes in the heart of my devotee, I fulfill it immediately. Once Eknath Ji Maharaj and Gyaneshwar Ji, he was a great yogi. Both of them were going somewhere. On the way, they became very thirsty. Both of them were thirsty. But there was no river, nothing on the way. Then, after a long time, they found a well. But the water was too low. And they did not have anything to fetch water. Then they were thinking that how can we attain the water? Yeah, Gyaneshwar Ji was a great yogi. He immediately assumed a very little form and he entered the well and he drank the water. He came up and he said to Eknath Ji, I am a yogi. I went inside. I assumed a very little form and I went inside the well. I drank the water. Now I am okay. What will you do? You always say Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. You have no power. So what will you do? So he was going to give the answer that it's okay. If my Sri Krishna wants me to be thirsty for today, maybe there is something good in that as well. So I don't mind. I can manage later on. My Sri Krishna will do something later on. Before he gives any answer, he saw the water was brimming up. In the well, he saw it was on the surface, or the high surface. It was brimming. When he saw that the water came up for him, it was done only by Sri Krishna. Then he started crying. He said, my Lord, could I not live even one day without water? Why did you do so much labor for me? Why did you come to give me water? He was crying, thinking the grace of Sri Krishna. And then Gyaneshwar, who saw this miracle, he also started crying. And he thought, I didn't know. God takes so much care of his devotees. We are here in the jungle, we were not finding water, and he could not see it that you are thirsty. He had to come himself to help you. Why I am practicing yoga then? Why should I not worship Sri Krishna then? And from that moment on, he also became a devotee. So God is taking care of all his devotees. That's why we trust God. We trust one God only. We should depend on him only. Anya shrayanam tyago ananyata. We must not take ashray. We must not take help of anyone else. We should totally depend on Sri Krishna. If something is happening good, we should feel that this is the grace of God. If something is happening which is not favorable to our mind, even then we should think, this is also the grace of God in disguise. Wait for the result, it will definitely be in your favor. This is the meaning of ananyata. And there are other things, for practical sadhana, which will be discussed tomorrow. Boliye Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Srimad Yugal Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.